this is Bill from Home Inspector M.D. and today we're looking at another part of a typical home inspection. In the last video, we were in the bathroom and kitchen looking under the sink at P-traps. Today, we remain there, but this time we're looking at water pressure. To put this in context, this is part of every home inspection and part of our standard of practice while inspecting the bathroom and kitchen areas. Testing proper water pressure in the home is fairly simple, and each home inspector has their own spin on the test. The way I perform this load test is to first turn on the cold water from the sink. Then I run the hot water while touching the water and see how fast it turns hot. Then I turn on the bathtub water and ask myself, did that have any effect on the water flow? We switch to the hot water in the bathtub and check how long it takes to get hot. Then we switch to the shower mode. Finally, we turn our attention to the toilet and flush the toilet while both of the shower and the sink are running. Again, we're trying to see any significant decrease in water pressure in any of these while adding more demand. Now, there is a tool that home inspectors have in their tool bag that will measure the water pressure in the house, and it's called a water pressure gauge. For context, this is not part of a regular home inspection. And the reason is, this is normally connected to the outdoor hose bib, and we don't normally test the hose bib in the winter as it should be shut off, otherwise known as winterization of the hose bib, because we do not want to have water in the pipe as it can freeze and increase the chances of a pipe burst. With this tool, we're looking for about 60 psi, at least in this part of Ontario. This is a good check if we do find low water flow in the house. Of course, it's possible that your municipality delivers more than 60 psi to the neighborhood, something closer to 80 psi. If they do, you may see something like this installed next to your main water shutoff valve. And this is called a water pressure regulator, and it will reduce the water pressure to around 60 psi. And the reason we do want a lower water pressure going into the house is that anything higher than 60 psi makes it harder on your fixtures to the point that it may damage them, causing leaks. The term water pressure is the force that pushes water through the pipes, similar to what voltage means to electricity flowing through a conductor. In North American homes, we have 120 and 240 volts. The higher the voltage, the greater the force to move electrons through a wire conductor. And the higher the PSI, the more force you have to move water through a pipe. Now, while your municipality provides your water pressure, there are factors inside your house that can affect how much water flows to your faucets. Other than water pressure, what other factors affect how much water you get at the faucet? Well, pipe size is a large factor in water flow. That means an older house may be at a big disadvantage if they have a smaller diameter pipe size than the standard 3/4 inch size today. That 3/4 inch pipe size has a 225% increase in cross-sectional area compared to the older 1/2 inch diameter size. Other factors come into play too, such as clogged pipes, the smoothness of the interior of the pipe, and the number of angles in a water pipe. That last factor is more of a factor in copper pipes than the PEX used today. The last factor we'll talk about is height. This is why the top floor in a house is the most important in terms of testing water pressure. Pushing water up to the main, second, and third floors require water pressure. In fact, for every 2.31 feet you go up, it requires 1 psi. What does that mean in a standard house? Well, if you start with 60 psi in the basement, it would take about 5 psi to reach the first sink on the main floor. On the second floor, you would require 9 psi. And if you had a third floor, it would be about 14 psi. So at that third floor, out of 60 psi you start with, it would be reduced to about 46 psi by the time you get to the third floor. Finally, if you find that you have lower than expected water pressure, the source of the problem could be a leak in the plumbing system. This can become a big problem that can result in water damage to the floor and walls, affect the structure of the house, or cause mold. The inspection report may call for further investigation to confirm and find the source of the leak. The question is, how do you find the water leaks? Well, you can use sensitive audio listening devices to pinpoint dripping noises, or infrared thermal cameras can detect a change in temperature in the surface of walls or floors, which could be an indicator of water. Look for unusual patterns in the infrared photo and then confirm with a moisture meter, or even use a long borescope to look directly into pipes. Remember that it doesn't have to be a massive water leak. A constant dripping of water every second can result in many tons of water over a long period of time. So check your water bill and see if there's an abnormal increase in water usage. That could be an indicator that you have a leak. From Home Inspector MD, this is Bill saying thanks for watching our short video inspecting the water pressure in the house. If you find the information here useful, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And think about us for your next home inspection. Hey, want more videos like this one? Check these out.